everyone, it's me Alex. Welcome to a brand new video. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to convert your old iPhone into a designated music player. So all you need for this video is your old device. This is an iPhone 10, 10s Max, and also you might be wondering, where is it mounted? Hold on, let me go ahead and turn it off. You might be thinking, where is it mounted? It's connected to a MagSafe. I just bought this off Amazon. Everything I use in this video I'm going to link in the description in case you guys are interested. And I also have to buy a MagSafe case for the iPhone 10s Max because the 10s Max doesn't have MagSafe. So this case allows it to get MagSafe. So this is how the finished product will look like. So once you do it like this, of course you can mount this anywhere. And I use this as the volume as well. Let me go back. This would be the final product. You can control, pause, skip. I'm not going to skip though because I don't want to play copyrighted music, but you can control the volume. And it's playing to my ceiling speakers, which I'll show you right now. And it's working. So this is how the final product should look like. And then when you turn off your receiver, your phone, I have it set up to automatically go home and lock itself. As you can see, it's running animation. And it locks itself just like that. So when you're not using it, it's not just on the whole time and wasting its battery. So let me go ahead and show you how to set this all up and get it working and how to get it ready for your needs. So before we get started, hi to anyone new here. My name is Alex Torres. I do helpful technology videos, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. It's free and it would help my channel grow. Thank you. So let's get started with the video. So this right here is my iPhone 10. I have it set up right here. So I'm going to show you how to do everything step by step. So the first thing you would want to do is go to your settings and go to Bluetooth. And you want to connect it to your receiver already. So for example, I'm using a Rockville amp for this receiver, for this scenario, but in case you didn't know, Rockville amps, or the one that I have, does not have a power off button on the receiver or on the remote. So I have a smart plug connected, so I tell the Google Assistant to turn it off and it works. So, but of course, yours won't do anything different. So what you want to do is connect it, for example, Rockville amp, and then you can disconnect it. It doesn't really matter. We just want to have it into our Bluetooth settings list already, and so it knows that it's here. Next, you want to go to Shortcuts. You want to open the Shortcuts app on your iPhone, the one that you're going to use for the music player. So what you want to do is go to animation. So for example, I already have two animations here. You want to do is go to plus. You want to actually, before we go to animation, you're going to want to you want to create a focus. And I also didn't say this, but you also kind of want to turn off auto lock, because if you have auto lock on your device, the display is going to turn off on the phone after, like, let's say 2 minutes or 30 seconds. And you kind of want this to be on the whole time, showing your music and the album, so you can have it easy and ready to control. So what you want to do is go to display and brightness, and you want to set auto lock to never. So when you set that to never, and it does not mean that your phone is not going to turn off. I'm going to show you how to still make it turn off in the shortcut so it doesn't stay on after it's disconnected from the receiver. So all we're doing is just to have the display on when it's connected to the Bluetooth signal. So what you want to do is set that to never, and then you want to create a focus. You want to go to focus, and you're already going to have one of these. So you can see I have Music Hub. You want to click on plus, and then you want to click on custom. For example, you want to name it Music Hub, like I put, or music. I'm just going to put music because I already have Music Hub. I don't want to put hub. And then I'm going to choose another color right here. I'll do blue, and you can choose an emoji. I'm just going to go ahead and click that one, the smiley face. That's fine. So we're going to click on next. And then it's going to tell you what you want music focus to do. You want to click customize focus. And if you still want the apps to get alerts and stuff, you can choose the apps that appear on the home screen. That's perfectly fine. It doesn't really matter. What you want to do is kind of do silence notifications, because when you do silent, that means none of your apps are going to beep while you're in the focus, so it doesn't play like in the ceiling speakers. But that's totally up to you. Of course, people, if you have a phone number, but as you can see, this is my old iPhone, so it doesn't have service anymore. So I'm just going to keep that like this. Of course, the apps are up to you. I'm going to go ahead and silence them so they don't beep any the ceiling speakers. Your wallpaper, if you want to change it up, or your home page, I'm going to keep it like that. So once you create your focus, you want to open the Shortcuts app. So we're going to go back to Shortcuts, and then we're going to click on plus on here. And then you want to do right here, we're going to do on Bluetooth. We're going to click on Bluetooth. And then you want to click when your device. So for example, this is where you want to have your device set up. For example, I'm going to click on Rockville amp. You can have any device. For example, if you have another soundbar or sound system, but if you want to connect, like for example, if you connect your headphones, it's going to just open up this focus by itself. I recommend creating another focus for other devices for it to do the same. So for example, because if we push any device, let's say we connect our AirPods or something, it's just going to go ahead and start the focus, which we probably don't want. We just want to have it on Rockville amps. So that's totally up to you again if you want to have it on any device, but I kindly recommend you do your one device. So for example, if my phone was to connect it to the Bluetooth on my Samsung TV, it wouldn't start this animation. I just want it on the Rockville amp. So I'm going to do amp, done. And then you want to do run immediately. We don't want to do after confirmation because it's going to tell you on the top. It's going to be running this animation. We just don't want it to run immediately. We're going to do next. So it's going to tell you now what do you want it to do. So when it starts, you want to, for example, now we want it to start a focus. So we're going to go to focus. If it's on here. Yep, we're going to go on here. We're going to click on focus. Where's focus? Set focus. And we're going to select the one you created. So you want to do music on. So that's our first thing. But now just the focus is on. So now what? We want to open our app. So before we get started though, for the app, I don't recommend, you can use any music app. For example, I have Apple Music. So you can open up the Apple Music app. But the bad thing is that with Apple Music, if you want to mount your phone horizontally like this, you're not going to be able to view your music like this. It's going to stay like this the whole time, which you want to make it look more professional and stuff. You want it to be like this. But there is an app that I downloaded. It is called, where'd it go? Marvis Pro. Let me go ahead and show you in the Apple App Store. If we open it. Marvis Pro. It is a paid app right here. I think it was like, I'm sorry, I don't remember. I'll put it right here in the bottom once I find it. It is a one-time payment though, so you never have to make a payment again. It just uses your Apple Music subscription that you have active, and it does it right here. So you can have the music like I showed in the beginning, the demo. It's going to be like this, and you can have your music like this. As you can see, you can look before you buy it, and I'll show you right here around before if you want to buy it. So here's that. Of course, I'm using Apple Music. I don't know the difference between Spotify. I have never owned Spotify or used Spotify before, so I don't know if you can use it in the normal Spotify app to do it horizontally. I don't know. So if you want, you can try it before, like for example, before you buy anything that I'm showing in this video, you can just connect it to any speaker and try doing it like this. If not, it's only going to work like this, or unless there's another third-party app that allows you to do that. So from our animations, we wanted to open the app. So we're going to click on open app. You want to open Marvis Pro. Or for example, you would just click on, where'd it go? Music. To demonstrate, that's the music app. So you would just open music and it's going to go ahead and open up your Apple Music. But I'm going to do Marvis. So as you can see, it says open Marvis. After that, that's it. We're going to click on done. So as you can see, we're going to go ahead and open Marvis Pro. That's perfect, but that means when you disconnect your speaker or soundbar or whatever you're using, receiver, your phone's still going to be stuck on the app and on that focus. And we turn off auto lock, so the phone's going to be on. So we want to turn that off. So we're going to create another focus. We're going to do Bluetooth again. Now we're going to put is disconnected, because now when this is disconnected, again, choose your device. I'm going to choose my Rockville amp. I'm going to push again, run immediately. So now we want to make sure, uncheck is connected. Now we're going to do is disconnected. Next. Now we're going to go ahead and do blink animation. Now we're going to go ahead and do focus. So we're going to do focus. Now we're going to set focus, turn music off. So we can turn off that focus again, so you can get your notifications back or whatever you have on that device. So that's the first one. So once we turn that, we want to return to home screen. So we're going to do home. Go to home screen, and then we want to lock our phone. So we're going to put on lock screen. So then we're going to set done. So perfect. All our animations are now set. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you how it works all in action. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on my MagSafe mount, and I'm going to show you how it all works now that it's all working and set up properly. So like I mentioned before, my receiver does not have a power on or off button on the remote. So I have a smart plug connected, so I'm going to tell my Google Assistant to turn it on my receiver. And I'll show you a view to the receiver right now and how it's all working properly. So as you can see, I have my iPhone here mounted on the wall, and it does not have auto lock. So as you can see, it's still on. So I'm going to go ahead and tell the Google Assistant to turn on the ceiling speakers. Turn on the ceiling speakers. You heard that click, and it's going to go ahead and do there you go. But it's on the wrong input. So I'm going to click on input. There you go. And then right now you're going to hear, that means it's connected. As you can see, running your animation. Oh, and it's working. As you can see, it automatically opens my app. you have right here, you have your controls, your volume. What I do is I set a volume on my receiver. So I'm going to put on pause so you can hear me. I just say, for example, this one's on decibels, I guess. Maybe it's like a commercial receiver. I'm not sure. I bought it on Amazon. So as you can see, I'm going to set this to volume 16, let's say. And then I can control the volume right here on my phone. Because it works on 2 separate volumes. So as you can see, I can mute it, but it's still at 16 on the receiver. Or turn it up all the way. And it's working. If you do buy Marvis Pro, as you can see, you have the app right here. It's in the horizontal format. So you have all your music right here. And it's the same thing. You can do anything you want on here. You can go ahead and, for example, this is one of the formats. You know in Apple Music you have the songs format. This is the songs format. For example, you can go ahead and pick your song right here. And then it would play on the ceiling speakers. Or your device. Or again, you can do Marvis Pro like this as well. So it doesn't really matter. If you have Apple Music, it would be like this. If you don't want to pay for the app, it would go ahead and look like this. Or let me go ahead and mute this. It would look like this in the vertical way. Or for example, I don't know how Spotify looks, so it would probably look like this, unless I'm wrong because I've never owned it before. But of course, what Marvis Pro allows you to do is, of course, make it horizontal, which makes it look more professional. So as you can see, I have auto lock set to never, meaning the phone's never going to turn off. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you the other animation when we turn off the ceiling speakers. Hey Google, turn off the ceiling speakers. So as you can see, the music stopped. Now it's going to go ahead and disconnect from my phone. It's because right in animation, and it locks my phone. So now it's locked. It's not going to do anything. It's locked, so it's just going to dim itself when the timer goes off. You know, when it dims after a few seconds. So as you can see, now it's fully turned off. The only downside, I think I recommend not having a password on your phone. Because if you do, look, I'm going to show you right now. Turn on the ceiling speakers. Because I turned it off, I turned it back on, but I had it off. So for example, if I turn on the passcode, it connects, but the animation can't run because you can see it's asking for your password. If I click on continue, it needs my face or my passcode. So as you can see, it's not going to work. I highly recommend you turn off password. Well, unless you have something important on your phone, then you probably don't want to have it without a passcode. But for this phone, I just have music on it and those apps, but there's nothing important on it. It's just social media. So as you can see, it works, but it's asking for my passcode or my face. So now let me show you how the final setup will look. Pretty much it. That's how to convert your old iPhone into a designated music player. So this is pretty cool if you have an old iPhone laying around and you're not using it for anything. So it's cool to give it a life again and have it play your music. It's really cool. So again, if you have any questions, you guys can let me know in the comment section below. Again, I'm going to link everything that I used in this video. I'm going to go ahead and link the app that I showed, the MagSafe adapter, and the case. Just to let you know, the MagSafe adapter did come with those magnets that you can stick on a phone, but it didn't work for me that well. It kept falling off, and the phone actually fell once as well. So I just went ahead and bought this MagSafe case on Amazon. I just typed my iPhone XS Max MagSafe case, and this is the first one that showed up. So I'll go ahead and link this one in the description. There's other colors. I just bought the green one because I love the color green. But yeah, that's the finished product on how to use your old iPhone as a designated music player. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you can get notified every time I post a new video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time in my next video. Bye. Make sure to subscribe for more tech videos. Bye. Sorry, I know I did say this video was over, but if you change your mind and you don't want to use your iPhone as a designated music player anymore, you can just go ahead and delete the shortcuts that I showed in the video, turn off the focus, you can delete that as well, and set the auto lock back to 2 minutes or the default to 30 seconds. And your phone just won't do nothing anymore. It would still connect to Bluetooth to other speakers, but it wouldn't run these cool animations anymore. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time in my next video. Bye. Sorry, I know I did say this video was over, but as you can see, if you notice, there's no power connected to the iPhone 10, and that I don't have a power cable connected because I don't want to like have to run a power cable, and it's gonna look kind of weird having a cable there. So since it's just MagSafe, you can go ahead and remove it, and I just put it right here on my MagSafe charger, and it charges right here. So I don't have to run a cable. Again, that's up to you. If you want to run like a power cable, so it's like a permanent solution, you can do that. Or again, like I said, it can be with battery, and you just charge the iPhone when needed.